Educational Technology Survey. Data taken from 18 Northern Ohio teachers in 2024. The survey. So the survey is a combination of quantitative and qualitative questions, beginning with introductory information on the demographics of the teachers. First, teachers respond with their grade level and their content area. Educational Technology Survey questions begin with 3 quantitative questions. How often do you use technology in your classroom? Daily, multiple times per week, once a week, multiple times per month, on occasion or rarely, never. How effective do you find technology in enhancing student engagement? Students are disengaged, students display decreased engagement, no change in engagement is observed, students display increased engagement, students are highly engaged. How confident are you in your ability to integrate technology into teaching? Not confident but open to trying, neutral, mildly confident, perhaps with support, fully confident with or without support. At question 4, the qualitative questions begin. They can be answered in paragraph form or bulleted points, however the teacher chooses to answer the question. In what ways has technology impacted your teaching practices? What types of technology or digital resources do you find most useful for your teaching and why? What challenges do you face when integrating technology into your classroom? How do you evaluate the effectiveness of a technological or digital resource in the classroom? And what additional support or resources would help you better integrate technology into your teaching? So what grade level do you teach? The survey made its way from 5th grade teachers to post-secondary and AP teachers. Mostly secondary teachers answered this survey, with the majority of teachers responding to the survey teaching grades 9 and 10. Specify your content area. So although a variety of teachers responded, it is important to note that there is some bias here, as high school English teachers are overrepresented. They make up 61.1%. Also, it's important to note that we have a bias towards the humanities with only 1 math teacher answering. The rest of the teachers that participated were music and performing arts, visual arts, and intervention specialists, as well as English language arts teachers. On with the quantitative questions. How often do you use technology in your classroom? 100% of the teachers responded to using technology every day. Now, this may also indicate a bias as well because this was an online survey. 100% of our teachers responded to using technology in their classrooms every day. This high adoption rate might reflect a bias towards teachers who are already inclined to be using technology regularly because the survey is an online survey. How effective do you find technology in enhancing student engagement? The majority of teachers noted that students display increased engagement. 16% of the teachers noted no change in engagement, and 1 teacher noted that students displayed decreased engagement. I think it's important to note that the teacher that responded to students displayed decreased engagement is the visual arts teacher, because that is such a hands-on subject to teach that may have influenced the response there. No change in engagement is observed. There may also be some potential bias in these answers because every teacher noted that they use technology 100% of the time, every day, which means there's no control group in these answers for students not using technology 100% of the time. How confident are you in your ability to integrate technology into your teaching? The majority of teachers said fully confident with or without support, which means that teachers are doing this on their own. The rest said mildly confident, perhaps with support. The overrepresentation of confident users may also indicate a bias, as those less confident or tech-averse might not have participated in an online survey. Qualitative questions. How has technology impacted your teaching practice? So the qualitative questions were evaluated by allowing teachers to answer these questions with open-ended responses and then tracking trends in the responses. So each time one of these themes occurred, a check mark was placed for the frequency that each of the criteria was mentioned, or that each of the themes were mentioned. So interesting to note that at the low end of the curve, creativity and progress tracking were each mentioned 3 times. Differentiation was mentioned the most, with 11 occurrences in the teacher written interviews in the qualitative section, and that distractions and misuse were mentioned 4 times. Distraction and misuse were the only negative qualities that were noted in the impact section. What types of technology and digital resources are teachers using? The recurring theme that the majority of teachers noted was interactive activities at 21 occurrences. Closely behind was games with 10 mentions. These two truly go hand in hand. At 13 mentions, teachers were using technology for presentations and demos. It's important to note that this included both hardware, such as smartboards, and software, such as Google Slides or Prezi. Many of the teachers noted that they use technology for an LMS, a learning management system like Google Classroom being the most commonly mentioned one, with 11 mentions of using technology for an LMS. It's important to note as well that although only 11 teachers mentioned it, that doesn't mean that the other 7 teachers in the survey aren't using it, as well as the hardware section, such as Chromebooks. Only 3 teachers actually mentioned Chromebooks. That may be an unreliable statistic, as Chromebooks or some type of computer is necessary to do the other activities that are mentioned. So although Chromebooks may not be something that is noted, it may be that the Chromebook is used as any other writing utensil. What challenges do you face when integrating technology? The majority response was Wi-Fi reliability and broken devices, with a combined 13 mentions. Unprepared students and misuse or academic dishonesty at a combined 10 mentions. Netiquette, blocked access, and professional development or lack thereof were also noted. I think it's interesting that twice teachers noted that the tech was overstimulating. Students have too much screen time and low student engagement. Only one teacher noted that technology use is costly. How do you evaluate the effectiveness of a technological resource? Most teachers noted that student engagement was their number one criteria on the effectiveness of resources at 12 responses. 9 mentions went to content skill mastery and 6 to content quality. I think it's interesting to note that teachers are using student engagement to evaluate the effectiveness of a technological or digital tool when only 6 teachers mentioned engagement in technology's impact on teaching practice. Interestingly, while most teachers are using technology for differentiation and interactive activities, user friendliness, necessity to task, and content quality were only mentioned a combined 13 times. What additional support or resources might help you? One teacher noted AI integration education for both students and teachers, which I thought was highly progressive and cutting edge. Digital literacy, stronger supervision. Perhaps this teacher was alluding to something like a GoGuardian would be nice to have in their school system. Resource subscriptions, a list of resources was mentioned 3 times. Updated Wi-Fi, professional development, which goes hand in hand with a list of resources, and updated technology. So really, teachers want to be using technology in the classroom, but they need support. Conclusions. Technology is an undeniable presence in the classroom, as 100% of teachers are using technology daily from this survey. Most classrooms rely on an LMS like Google Classroom to streamline organization and communication. While teachers are finding success using technology for differentiation, many are seeking digital resources to enhance engagement through interactive activities. Digital substitutions and augmentations are no longer special for students. Teachers call for updated resources and professional development to combat this challenge and technologically redefine education.